Thank you. Would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daniel Myers. I'm the Director of Music and Chair of Arts and Humanities here at Muskegon Community College, and I'm honored to be your MC today for today's investiture of Dr. John Selmon. I trust that you've enjoyed the musical talents of the string quartet. I'd like to introduce them. Our MCC students, Danielle Myers, Oscar Justian, Ben Skujins, and Sylvia Skujins. Thank you. Before we begin, I would please ask that you silence all of your electronic devices. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce Pastor Dwayne Riley, who will deliver our invocation. Pastor Riley is a native of Muskegon Heights and a U.S. Navy veteran. He served as an assistant pastor for New Home Family Worship Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. After several decades, Pastor Riley and his wife relocated back to their hometown of Muskegon and opened the Temple of Refuge Family Worship Center. Please join me in welcoming Pastor Dwayne Riley.
Good afternoon. We welcome people of all faith, backgrounds, abilities, and culture. Whatever faith or belief system you hold, we offer a moment of silence. Shall we bow our heads? Dear wise and loving Father, thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many bountiful blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health we need to fulfill our calling, for sustenance and for friendship. We are grateful for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. Thanks as well for the freedom to embrace you or the freedom to reject you. I pray for our great state, for the various levels of city officials. And for Dr. John Selmon and his family, grant him wisdom to govern amid the conflicts, interests, and issues that may cross his desk, a sense of welfare and true needs of the people, and provide him the ability to work in harmony, even when there is honest disagreement. May Dr. Selmon experience peace in his life and bountiful joy in his assignment. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Our first speaker is Chair of the Board of Trustees of Muskegon Community College, Mrs. Diane Osborne. Chair Osborne has served as interim president of Muskegon Community College, is past president and lifetime member of the Foundation for Muskegon Community College since its inception. She is a recipient of the MCC Distinguished Alumni Award and a retiree of the college. Chair Osborne concluded her 45-year career at Muskegon Community College as the Executive Vice President of Administration. Please help me welcome MCC Trustee Chair, Mrs. Diane Osborne.
Welcome, everybody. Whoops, I'm going to put this down just a little. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Muskegon Community College, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome everyone to the celebration of our new president, Dr. John Selmon. I have had the privilege of working with Dr. Selmon here at the college and seeing firsthand his gift of bringing people together to accomplish great things. Dr. Selmon's leadership has been a critical part of our success in the past, and we are pleased to continue that success under his presidency. At this time, I would like to acknowledge our Foundation for Muskegon Community College President, Arn Bozart. Mr. Bozart, would you please stand? Thank you. We are also honored to welcome the presidents and other top leaders from 9 different colleges and universities in our great state. Please stand when I name your college or university. Baker College, Davenport University, Ferris State University, Grand Valley State University, Kalamazoo Valley Community College, Kellogg Community College, Lansing Community College, Montcalm Community College, Schoolcraft College, and Wayne County Community College District. Thank you for taking the time out. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to help us celebrate. You may be aware that many of our faculty, staff, community, and several individuals seated on the stage have degrees and/or deep connections to MCC. To demonstrate this, let me take the liberty of asking anyone on stage or in the audience who has a degree, a certificate, or took a class at MCC to please stand. I'm standing. It's amazing. I would like to recognize the elected officials and representatives in the audience. Please rise as I recognize you. Michigan State Senator John Bumstead, Michigan State Representative Terry Sabo, Representative from United States Senator Gary Peters' office, City of Muskegon Commissioner at Large Rachel Gorman, City of Norton Shores Mayor Gary Neeland, Muskegon County Treasurer Tony Mulatziotis, City of Fremont Mayor Jim Reinberg, City of Whitehall Mayor Steve Salter, Muskegon County Clerk Nancy Waters. Give applause. We apologize if we missed anyone, but thank you for coming. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, thank you for taking the time to be here today to recognize this historic investiture of MCC's 11th president. Finally, I would like to take a moment to recognize our two most recent Distinguished Alumni Award winners, Ms. Aslan Scott and Trustee Roy Portinga. The two exemplary alumni were unable to be honored properly during the pandemic. At this time, Trustee Portinga would like to share a few words on behalf of all MCC alumni. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. I've been asked to pinch hit. Aslan was supposed to speak and she's unable to be here, as Diana stated. From the perspective of alumni, a well-run MCC means well-respected certificates and degrees. In my humble opinion, over the last 10 years, we've had a well-run MCC, and that's due in large part because of John Selmon. As you know, over the last 10 years, we've had a major upgrade in our infrastructure. There's been all kinds of projects. The upfront person in the leadership team doing all that work with the deadlines, with the vendors, etc., was John Selmon. Everything got done on time, and it's gorgeous. Additionally, we just went through a pandemic. We're still going through a pandemic. And the person that was up front in that leadership team dealing with that here was John Selmon. This school got through it, is still getting through it, and it was done in a fiscally, financially, physically, and emotionally great way. Again, in part because of the upfront leadership of John Selmon. Safety. I see all these college presidents here. Safety on campus, big deal all the time. Our upfront person on the leadership team dealing with that here has been John Selmon. We've had a great decade at MCC, in large part because of this gentleman. And from the alumni perspective, we thank you. It means something to everyone who has graduated from here and who will graduate from here. Congratulations, have a great day. And did I hear, is Aslan here?
I think she is.
Okay. I understood you wasn't good to get up on the stage for you today, but congratulations to you.
Thank you, Trustee Portinga. Now it is my pleasure to introduce one of our current MCC nursing students, Mrs. Adara Miriam. Mrs. Miriam began taking classes at Muskegon Community College in the fall of 2019. Last month, she began her nurse externship in the emergency department at Trinity Health Hospital in Muskegon. She dreams of working there after she earns her RN this coming May. Adara is also a tutor for biology and nursing courses, and she is an MCC Dream Scholar. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Adara Miriam.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's an honor to be on the stage and have the privilege to represent our student body. You know, when my instructor, Beth Kroll, first asked me to say a few words at Dr. Selmon's investiture, I quickly said, sure, there's no problem with that. I feel like, though, I have to mention that she asked me at 6:30 in the morning at clinical, and I was on my first cup of coffee, so I would say I was very vulnerable, extremely vulnerable. And I remember thinking, Adara, make sure you Google investiture later today. Once I did, reality set in, and I became acutely aware of this ceremony's importance. I thought to myself, what in the world am I going to say? So I first looked for some basic information on Dr. Selmon's background. As most of you know, it's impressive. Dr. Selmon has spent years, rather decades, devoting much of his efforts to enriching student life and improving higher education. When it came to his personality, the feedback was consistent. I gotta tell you, everyone said good things. I heard things like, he's so approachable, he's very kind, he is humble, knowledgeable, and everyone agreed that he was funny. So now I'm really getting nervous, because now I'm realizing that this guy is beloved on campus. But then I noticed in an article that Dr. Selmon is a native of Mansfield, Ohio. Ohio. You know, it was just a good reminder that nobody is perfect. None of us are. None of us are, really. And that we do all have our shortcomings. As a level 2 nursing student, I'm less than a year away from graduating. And at this stage in the game, our instructors really push us to think critically. At the beginning of the nursing program, everybody takes a course called Fundamentals. And this course lays down the foundation on which we build our critical thinking skills. We call it the nursing process, and it has 5 steps. First is assessment, when we gather objective and subjective data. Second, after considering the data collected, we determine the diagnosis. Third is planning, where we establish expected outcomes and set measurable goals. Fourth, we take action, and we implement specific interventions that hopefully allow us to reach our goals. And the 5th and final step is evaluation. What was the outcome? Are our goals met? And if not, we try to figure out why, and we start back at the top and we reassess. And this goes on and on and on. So it soon dawned on me that Dr. Selmon has done these 5 steps repeatedly throughout his career. As the Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Selmon was able to closely assess the needs of students by providing student support on issues related to student services, and at times acting as a bridge between student departments and institution administrators. In 2012, when Dr. Selmon received the Love in Action Award from the Urban League of Greater Muskegon, he made a diagnosis then, when he was quoted saying, "We looked at all of our students of color, and the achievement gaps were low." Next, he devised a plan to close those gaps. Simply put, he wanted all students, and particularly those of color, to what he said was start, stay, and succeed. Dr. Selmon would then roll up his sleeves and get to work. Once promoted to MCC's Provost Executive Vice President, he oversaw academic affairs, implemented a mandatory orientation and college success course, and required new students to establish an academic plan with an advisor. He was instrumental in setting up our food pantry in 2019, and when COVID hit and the economic disparity among students was glaring, he recognized that. And he secured over 150 laptops accessible to students in need as they were suddenly forced to transition to online courses. So finally, there's the evaluation, right? What was the outcome? Did these interventions actually even work? Dr. Selmon, I would like you to join me at the podium, if you would, please. Just a little bit up here, a little bit. Just so I can still say, sorry. But look at me a little bit. There you go, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So I stand before you today as a living, breathing product of your interventions, okay? I'm a 41-year-old wife, mother of 3, living in Whitehall, who plopped down in Sylvia Hayes' office in August of 2019 with my 1-year-old on my hip. And I told her, I want to be a nurse. And we set up an academic plan. That plan would be my guide, my North Star of sorts, as I set up classes semester by semester. Today, I'm 7 months away from graduating with my associates in nursing and sitting for my RN state boards. You know, my first semester of nursing school was in the thick of the pandemic. However, because of the work that you have done, I am proud to say, Dr. Selmon, that I started, I stayed, and I have succeeded. And I thank you. Thank you so much.
Just makes what we do fun, you know? Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Miriam. Congratulations on your accomplishments. We are proud of you and proud to have you represent Muskegon Community College. Thank you. Next, we welcome Mr. Nicholas Budimir, Professor of Social Science and President of the Muskegon Community College Faculty Association.
Thanks, Dan, one of my members. I gotta say, I'm guilty as charged. I was late. But John, I was late and guilty as charged because I was teaching students. And that's why I love you so much. So I'm really pleased to have worked with John Selmon all these years. One thing that really strikes me is how many connections, John, how many new connections, thank you, that I share with John. So first, I'm a sociologist. And I was a longtime member of the Michigan Sociological Association, where I met Dr. Beverly Ann Hare, who taught sociology here for a little over a decade. I'm the new Bev Hare. So her husband, Dr. John Hare, who is also here, hired Dr. Selmon at Davenport years and years ago. So I also know Dr. John Hare through his wife, Bev. There's more. I substitute taught in Grand Rapids, even as a kindergarten teacher. But at Union High School with Mr. Joe Anderson, who was in Dr. Selmon's position at Davenport before he got it given to him by Dr. John Hare. So when Joe left that position, John took that over. So I know Dr. Selmon's former work colleague, his former boss, and his former boss's wife. Now he's my boss. You know, plus Dr. Selmon's good friend, who owns a landscaping firm, couldn't stay away from borrowing water from me sometime last summer. And we got to talking, and who do we know in common? Any guesses? Dr. John Selmon, President John Selmon. So this guy knows everybody. And everybody knows this guy, and he's making connections, new connections everywhere. So congratulations, President Selmon. You are taking the helm of this college at a very challenging time for public education and for higher education. We all need to stand up for the promise of public education, of a public education system, including publicly financed institutions like Muskegon Community College that provide training, education, skills, and knowledge to the whole community at a much reduced cost. Please let us all resist the call to turn education and our nation into an increasingly caste-divided society of public and private. That is not our way. President Selmon, you have the good faith of the faculty, We are all on board to meet the challenges of 21st century education. We would like to join you in promoting and advancing teaching, education, and learning while preserving the critical values of a liberal arts education. I know that with his extensive experience, learning, leadership, and empathy, President Selmon is up for the task. Congratulations, John.
Thank you, Mr. Budimir. We are now honored to hear from 3 tribute speakers selected by President Selmon. The first is Mrs. Brandy Johnson, President of the Michigan Community College Association. Prior to this role, she served as Governor Whitmer's Education Policy Advisor, and most recently as the manager of the Office of 60 by 30 within the Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity. In 2010, she founded the Michigan College Access Network and served as its executive director until 2019. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Brandy Johnson.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for inviting me to participate in today's ceremony. I have only been the president of the Michigan Community College Association for about 9 months or so, and as such, this is my first investiture. It's an honor to witness such a meaningful ceremony, and I hope I have many more investitures to come, and thank you for the community college presidents that have joined us here today. First, I wanted to extend a hearty congratulations to the Board of Trustees for conducting such a thorough search that resulted in identifying exactly the right leader for Muskegon Community College. I have actually had the pleasure of knowing and working with Dr. Selmon for the last 12 years or so. Back then, he was an administrator at Lake Michigan College in Benton Harbor, and I had just founded then a small nonprofit organization called the Michigan College Access Network, or MCAN. MCAN worked with communities to start place-based college access programs and networks. And because of John's leadership, Benton Harbor was able to start a local college access network and a promise zone to make college more accessible and affordable to low-income students, first-generation college-going students, and students of color. It was then that I knew that just like me, college access was in John's DNA. And since then, we've been able to live that passion through our work with higher education. As the president of the Michigan Community College Association, I have the joy as serving as the chief advocate and spokesperson for Michigan's 31 community and tribal colleges. And on behalf of all the presidents and trustees at our 30 sister colleges, congratulations to you, Dr. Selmon, and now formally, welcome to the family. In very short order, John has earned the respect of his colleagues, and he was already elected to serve on MCCA's very important legislative committee. I would say MCCA's primary role is serving as the voice of community college in our state's beautiful capital. And conveniently, our office is located right in downtown Lansing, within spitting distance of the legislature and the governor's office. Today, I bring greetings from Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist. Funny story, the governor actually recorded a special video message that we will get to John Selmon, but there was some audio trouble, and so you see her talking, but then her words are like 3 seconds delayed. So I will make sure that the proper video gets to Dr. Selmon for his archives, but I'd like to just read the transcript from the governor. On behalf of my administration and the state of Michigan, congratulations, Dr. Selmon, on your investiture today as the 11th president of Muskegon Community College. I know that your leadership will be transformative within Muskegon County. When I became governor, I set a bold goal that we call 60 by 30 to increase Michigan's post-secondary educational attainment rate to 60% by the year 2030. And in 2021, we launched 2 programs, Futures for Frontliners and Michigan Reconnect, that make community college tuition-free for essential workers and for adults 25 and older. In the first year of the program, 892 frontliners and 344 reconnectors enrolled in classes right here at Muskegon Community College. That means 1,236 people are now on a path to prosperity and are gaining new skills and credentials to help your local employers fill the most in-demand jobs. We will not reach 60 by 30 without the strong leadership of community college presidents like you, Dr. Selmon. I want to commend you for your unwavering leadership and commitment to improving student success rates and closing equity gaps. Muskegon Community College plays an integral role in your region in terms of workforce development, economic development, and community development, and we know that you are the right person in the right job at the right time. Go Jayhawks. And she also signed, and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist signed, a printed framed tribute that I will present to John today. Michigan's leaders and fellow college presidents wish you a long and successful presidency, and we'll be here to cheer you on every step of the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Dr. Randall Miller shares a long history with Dr. Selmon. He currently serves as the senior consultant to the chancellor of the Wayne County Community College District. Dr. Miller is a past president of Lake Michigan College in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And prior to that, he was the executive vice chancellor of the Wayne County Community College District in Detroit, where he had also served as president of 2 of the district's 5 campuses. Please welcome Dr. Randall Miller.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. What a great, great day this is. When John first asked me to speak at his investiture, first of all, I was humbled and honored to be part of it, because I know how important this day is for him and for all of you. But more importantly, why are we here? We're here because we all understand the importance of community colleges and higher education in providing hope and opportunity and a level playing field for our students, so our students can have a better life. When I began to think about my relationship with John over the past 30 years, a lot of different things came to mind, and I just want to share a few thoughts with you about that relationship. First of all, I think about reputation. John knows that you earn your reputation every day, and that it comes with everyone you come in contact with. Everyone you come in contact with contributes to that reputation, either pro or con. So it's important to work at that, but everyone here knows that that comes easily for John. Relationships. John has a good reputation because he's built so many positive relationships over the years, during both good and bad times. He and I both have friends on the east side of the state that we make it a point to stay in contact with. We talk to them on the phone, we send emails, and when we're over that way, we try to arrange to have lunch with them. These are long-standing relationships, and they represent what relationship really means. Find someone to help you through life. Borrowing from Admiral McRaven's commencement speech to the University of Texas Austin graduates in 2014, John has had a strong, supportive family and great friends to be with him on his journey. Life is not always fair, but move forward anyway. John, like most of us, has known major bumps in the road. We've all faced them that have caused him to make major detours. But then again, That's where friendships and good relationships come into play to help to render assistance. Take risks and don't be afraid to fail. When he's been knocked down, he's had the grit and intestinal fortitude to pick himself up and get back at it and keep trying. Which brings me to opportunities. We're often told that we make our own luck, which I believe is true, but John is known enough to recognize and pursue the right opportunities that would help lead to success. And that success, John recognizes, is not about money. It's about people. It's about the respect that you earn from your peers and the people that you work with every day. Stay focused on what's important. As president, I can assure you many, many things come through your door each day and across your desk that can get you off your game, that can distract you. And John, I'm confident that you will have the staying power to stay focused on what's right and what's important. And finally, never ever give up. My three-decade-long relationship with John makes it very clear to me that John will never ever give up on himself, on this college, and on all of you. Congratulations, Dr. John Selmon.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Dr. Larry Young also shares a long history with President Selmon. Dr. Young has served as an attending physician at Hurley Medical Center in Flint, Michigan, where he became the vice chairman of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Dr. Young was also an attending physician at Genesis Medical Center in Grand Blanc and served as the director of the obstetric division for Hamilton Community Health Network. He has also worked as an assistant clinical professor at Michigan State University College of Medicine. Please welcome Dr. Larry Young.
Well, let me put my glasses on. This day has finally arrived. It is a great pleasure and an honor to be here to honor the new president, Dr. John Selmon. I met John Selmon over 20 years ago at the Flint Golf Club. 25 years later, we are still competing and fighting with each other at the Flint Golf Club. It became clearly evident to myself that John Selmon had a unique passion for higher education. Obviously, as a physician, my brother's a physician, my son is a physician, I have a cousin who is a physician. We all value college education. But John, being on the other end of the spectrum, being on the administrative side, was unique to me because I had very little experience and conversation with members from administration and the teaching faculty. But his devotion, his admiration was something that was impressive. He was an All-American wrestler, but he talked about higher education. He was an amateur golfer, but he talked about higher education. He was a family man, but he talked about higher education. I can say that I am very, very proud of him. I know he's going to do well. But in the meantime, I'd like to make one reference. It bothered me that my father, who has since passed, seemed to like John more than he liked myself. So I know that he's looking down today, giving you all the accolades and prayers and commendations because he loves some John Selmon. or I should say properly. There's a few principles I like to state that I know John has, and that is wisdom, which is the ability to make good decisions. You don't get to sit at this chair without making good decisions. And I've heard by previous speakers that that's something he's done well. I like the phrase from my favorite movie, The Godfather. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. And finally, from Clint Eastwood, do you feel lucky today? Muskegon Community College mission statement. I found this, I searched hard for this. Dedicated to equity and excellence, prepare students, build communities, and improve lives. I remember some time ago when John and I were between holes on the golf course, and we were frequently debating higher education, and he stated something to me to the effect of, I'm in the business of changing lives. And I reflected on the mission statement from Muskegon Community College, and what he stated to me 20 years ago, there's a perfect match. As I stated earlier, my father had a deep admiration for John, and John has a deep admiration for higher education. So I'll use that as an example of the value of higher education. My father was born in a poor family in Louisiana. Education was Z on the list of priorities. He moved his family to Flint, Michigan. He got a job at Flint Truck Assembly. He took classes to improve his educational status so he could move up in the hierarchy of leadership. He became an active member because he loved people. John loves people, and for some reason, people love him. He eventually became regional director of the UAW, and finally, he was the national vice president for the UAW. Our lives and his examples have led to a mass accomplishment in areas of higher education. His devotion to higher education speaks to the point of empowering people to do good work. The world economy demands, it was printed in a recent periodical, a world economy demands academic excellence with good interpersonal communication skills. And he got that for sure. Bill Gates states the information highway, which is the tools of the information age, will transform the way we make choices about almost everything. The major changes coming will be the way we communicate effectively with each other. The late Barbara Jordan, one of the greatest speakers of our time, states education remains the key to both economic and political empowerment. It has been said that knowledge has become the most important factor in our economic life. It is the chief ingredient of which we buy and sell, the raw materials with which we work, intellectual capital, not natural resources, machinery, or even financial capital that has become the one indispensable asset of a corporation. In closing, the Wall Street Journal article, Any College Will Do. The nation's top chief executives find their path to the corner office usually start at state universities, not private universities. The college diplomas of the nation's top executives tell an intriguing story. Getting to the corner office has more to do with leadership, talent, and a drive for success than it does with having an undergrad degree from a prestigious university. I close, let me see if I can do this, looking right at him. Get this out my mouth. You're going to get, uh-oh, see, threatening me already. Dr. John Selmon, your future is the present, and it is bountiful. Good luck and best wishes, my best friend and golf partner, Dr. John Selmon. Congratulations, Mr. President. Oh, you're a trip.
Thank you, Dr. Young. At this time, we have a special video of congratulatory messages.
Congratulations, John Selmon. You're a great pick for Muskegon Community College. You're going to bring a lot to the table. I look forward to working with you.
John has great vision and great fortitude, and I'm so excited for the continued focus on student success for all our students.
You always exhibited excellent leadership qualities. That is why you were so much appreciated and respected by both Detroit College of Business and Davenport University.
When I learned that you were the college president, I was really thrilled and excited about your accomplishments. It made me think of all the things that you have done to get to that position and all the hard work you have put forth.
Everybody in Mansfield that knows Johnny is happy for him. Congratulations on becoming the president of Muskegon College. I know he put in a lot of hard work to get there, and I'm sure he's going to do an outstanding job.
On behalf of our family, we are extremely proud of John and his accomplishments. The whole family is elated, excited about the opportunity of him becoming president.
I always told my sister that, I was very proud of him because he always excelled in everything that he started out doing.
Everyone here is definitely proud of you. You've done a great job, and we appreciate you.
We wish him well. He's always been a hardworking young man, but he's been humble and he's been a people person.
John, I would just like to say congratulations, and I'm proud of you. And I know all of your brothers and your one sister is proud of you. And I know if his dad was living, he would be very proud of John. You would never hear the end of this.
You are the perfect leader for Muskegon Community College. As a community college graduate yourself, you know the challenges students face and how to help them become successful.
I can think of no one better to lead Muskegon Community College than Dr. John Selmon, a product of community colleges and a champion of community colleges.
And on behalf of our university, we want to say congratulations to Dr. John Selmon, the next president of Muskegon Community College.
Muskegon Community College, family and friends, I wish you the very best.
John, continue to do what you're doing. You have been an inspiration to the family as well as others.
Do exactly what you've been doing, which is being an outstanding leader in higher education.
John, do the best you can do. And one thing, love and treat people right. That's what you have to do.
Mentor someone along the way, as we were mentored when we were growing up.
We're proud to call you a partner in West Michigan higher education.
They've picked the right person for this. So congratulations to Dr. Selmon, congratulations to MCC. We look forward to working with you.
The name tag, it's important. It's symbolic in a way, but it tells me that I've arrived because I wanted to, at the end of my career, be at the highest level that I could. I wanted to be the president, not of just any college, but Muskegon Community College, and that was really important to me. These jobs aren't easy, and not everybody's going to be a college president, and I know that, and I say that in a very humble way. And so when I read that sign that says Dr. Selmon, president of Muskegon Community College. It's just an awesome feeling. I feel excited each and every day, and I'm encouraged by what opportunities we have to work with students. Especially during the first weeks of school when we do our Welcome Week activities, I always say to students, thanks for choosing Muskegon Community College to continue education. Thanks for allowing us the opportunity to serve them. I want the students to know that we care and that we're going to help them all the way. We're going to help them start, we're going to help them stay, and we're going to help them succeed. You can't do this work alone. You have to have a team to do this work, and we have a great team, and people know their roles and they excel at their roles. Here we want to always put people in a position to achieve their highest and to be their best. This community college is sometimes a beacon of hope.
I would like to welcome Chair Osborne back to the podium, joined by Vice Chair Sean Mullally, to introduce and officially install the new president of Muskegon Community College. Chair Osborne.
Thank you. It's like the moment we've been waiting for here. And so, Dr. Selmon, would you please join me at the podium? Dr. John Selmon is the 11th president of Muskegon Community College. He was more than 3 decades of experience serving in key leadership roles at both public and private higher education institutions. Well acquainted with Muskegon Community College as the provost, executive vice president for the past 11 years, Dr. Selmon provided leadership and oversight for academic affairs, athletics, facilities, and student services. Prior to coming to MCC, Dr. Selmon served as the Executive Dean of Student Services at Lake Michigan College in Benton Harbor, Michigan. After working in student services at Kennesaw State University in Atlanta, Georgia, he began his career in Michigan with Grand Rapids Junior College prior to joining the Davenport University educational system, where he held numerous administrative roles during his 18-year tenure, leading to his position as the Davenport Systems Group Vice President. The Mansfield, Ohio native earned a doctorate in educational leadership and a Master of Arts in Educational Leadership from Eastern Michigan University. He earned a Bachelor of Science in Education from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. In addition, he is the 2020 graduate of the Aspen Institute's Presidential Program, the 2022 recipient of Grand Rapids Community College's Distinguished Alumni Award. Dr. Selmon and his wife, Zephra, have been married 35 years and have 2 adult children, Jonathan and Jacqueline. They're here with us today. Please join me in recognizing Dr. John Selmon. You know, if you look at the back of your program, it says, oh, yes, you can. And I'd say, oh, yes, he did. So you've got to stay up here. Yeah. That's what I said. I thought I was staying up for a minute. I didn't know. Okay, we're getting ready for the important part. Please. An investiture is the formal installation of a head of state, elected official or nominee, public office, judge, member of the clergy, or college or university president. The investiture is conducted by the Board of Trustees, and the charge of the office is delivered by the chair of the board. The Presidential Medallion is the official symbol of office of the President, Muskegon Community College. Traditionally, the medallion is bestowed upon a new president to represent a transfer of the responsibility of office and obligation to promote and maintain the value and ideas represented by the institution. The medallion features the official MCC seal. The seal features the name of the institution at the top and is graphic representation of the Great Lakes where the college is located, as well as symbols of knowledge. Dr. Selmon. The medallion. Thank you. Dr. Selmon, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Muskegon Community College, I hereby bestow the medallion of Muskegon Community College upon you with all the rights and responsibilities. Congratulations. It's a heavy thing. Oh, there you go.
Okay, can you hear me? Uh-oh. Stop. Okay. Well, thank you. Boy, I wish I could capture this moment by way of video, and I think we are, because I'm gonna play this for my wife and kids over and over and over again. You know, they tend to forget, you know, these type of things. So I'm gonna see if I can't help you. Chair Osborne, thank you. I appreciate it. And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here to celebrate this very special day. And I'm touched by the passion and the hard work of everyone, and I mean everyone, who made this afternoon possible, especially the Investiture Committee. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be standing here before you as the 11th President for Muskegon Community College, an institution that will be celebrating 100 years of excellence in higher education in 2026. It's truly amazing that we're having such a broad section of the community here today. Just look around. People from all over the place, and I like it. So, MCC has an incredible and committed Board of Trustees. One of their most important responsibilities is to hire the college's president. And I want to express my sincere thanks and deep appreciation to the Muskegon Community College Board of Trustees for the opportunity to serve this wonderful institution as their president. Trustees, would you please stand as your name is called and remain standing until we get all the names called. So, Board Chair Diane Osborne, Vice Chair Sean Mullally, Secretary Nancy Fry, but Trustee Fry could not be here with us today, but she's here in spirit. Trustee Kathy Moore, Trustee Sean Cook, Trustee Dr. Donald Crandall, and Trustee Roy Portinga. Would you all join me in giving these outstanding individuals a round of applause? Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank the entire Presidential Search Committee for their time and commitment to this process. I truly enjoyed the experience, and I certainly enjoyed the outcome of the search. Their names are in the program, so if you would grab the program there. I want to take this moment to thank our MC, Dan Myers. Thank you, Dan. And the speakers on stage who joined me today, awesome. I don't know how to follow that stuff, really. I mean, some of the stuff, just impressive. The video that you just saw. John Mills, I know John is here somewhere. John, are you here somewhere? Rod Van Norwijk, they worked on this, I know, collectively with the help of others, but nonetheless, just an awesome body of work. And I'm going to treasure that forever. So that's another one that my wife and kids We'll see. And I also want to recognize, and they have been once, and thank my presidential colleagues from around the state. Thank all of you for coming and being a part of this celebration day. I also want to look at our elected officials, community leaders, and donors and alumni who've joined us for this important event, this important milestone. We really appreciate your collaborative spirit and your continued support, so thank you. But this afternoon really is about honoring an incredible past, celebrating our present, and forging ahead with renewed focus, energy, and optimism. For me, it's a day that could not have happened without the support of so many. I must thank my family for their continued and unwavering support. I would not be the person I am today without you. Allow me to briefly introduce a few of my family members. First, my wife of 35 years. And our children, Jacqueline and Jonathan. Your unconditional love and support has carried me throughout the years, and I've always felt blessed to have such a supportive family. Zephyra, Jacqueline, and Jonathan, would you please stand? To my mother, who you saw on the video, says the same thing, treat people good. And she's still giving life lessons, but we appreciate her. 86 years old, she couldn't travel as much, and so we did a video at home for her. And so she's been asking me, right? She says, how did I do on the video? I said, you did pretty good. And she said she wants to see it, right, before today. I said, nope, you can't see it. Not gonna see it. And so we're going to show this to her, hopefully over the weekend here, but she wants to see it. But to my mother, my father, he's no longer with us, but I want to thank them for always, always encouraging me and believing in me. And when I didn't believe my own self. So they were really important to me. Especially, I come from a family of 9. I want to mention that there's 8 boys and 1 girl in the family. So it's a big family. But my parents were there, they were strong and very supportive through the years for us. To my brothers and sister, thank you for your confidence and support through the years. It really means a lot to me. My brothers David and Melvin are here, as well as David's wife, Robin. So would you all wave, Melvin, David, Robin. And to this incredible Muskegon Community College faculty and staff, I am so appreciative of your commitment to quality work, and your support over the last 11 years. I am fortunate to work with such an accomplished and dedicated group of professionals, the best, the brightest minds in higher education here in West Michigan. We're so much stronger together, all of you. I also want to express gratitude to MCC's past presidents, especially Dr. Del Nesbury and Dr. Frank Marzak. Dr. Nesbury afforded me a lot of opportunities to grow and develop, which positioned me for the presidency today. And for that, I'm very, very thankful. I had the good fortune to interact and to learn from Dr. Nesbury as well as Dr. Marzak, both incredible leaders for this institution. Their distinctive legacies continue to positively impact the college and the community. We can all appreciate the work they've done for the college through the years. I believe Dr. Marzak and his wife, Marlene, are here today. Dr. Marzak and Marlene, would you please stand and be recognized? I think you're here somewhere. I know they're not. Okay. Good. And I've had some wonderful mentors. You don't get anywhere without modeling the behavior of others. And I've had some wonderful mentors. And I want to just mention a few who've inspired me and supported me through the years. In the past several months during the presidential search, the following colleagues have been especially helpful to me. Going through that process for about 8 months it's a long time. But I've had some support. Dr. Randall Miller, senior consultant to the Chancellor of Wayne County Community College District. Dr. Pink, that you saw in the video, he's the president for Ferris now, but during the time we were working together, he was president for Grand Rapids Community College. Dr. Marshall Washington, the president of Kalamazoo Valley, and Dr. Glenn Cerny, president of Schoolcraft. And Glenn is here. I know Glenn is here somewhere. Glenn, would you stand? Thank you so much for spending time with me. I appreciate it. And Dr. Mary Fifield. Mary is a good friend and has been very supportive through the presidential search processes. So I just want to mention that. And you saw most of those individuals on the video. In addition, I've been fortunate to work with some incredible people like Dr. James Mendola, you saw in the video. And Dr. Mendola, I don't know, he's just been a mentor and a good friend for many, many years. He retired maybe 20 years ago. But one of the things that he used to do all the time was he would call the senior staff. I was part of a senior staff, and he'd call you on your birthday, and he says, Dr. John, it's better to have a birthday than not. and he'd talk for a minute, so whether I answered the phone or not, he was still the same message, same time of the year. But every time before he would hang up the phone, and he would just laugh, just tickled to death about this. He said, and your kids look like their mother. Goodbye. So Dr. John Hare and Dr. Harris here hired me for my first higher ed leadership role at Davenport College. Dr. Hare, would you please just wave to everybody? My first job, I'll never forget that, and so thank you so much. Jim Farmer, Jim is passed away now, but boy, he taught me how to run a private college system with the Davenport system. Had some good years, some good experience, and I miss him in that way. And the coaches that were instrumental in my success as a student athlete many years ago, and started with high school, and Bill Flanagan, retired wrestling coach, and he's passed away now, but he's an excellent coach and a mentor, and I think about him every now and then and the lessons that he taught us in life. Charles Wells, I know Charlie is here today. Charlie was my community college coach, and I would win my national championship, NJCA National Wrestling Championship, and would be inducted into the NJCA Hall of Fame under his leadership. Charlie, I know you're here somewhere, unless you took off. Where's Charlie? Oh, there you go. And Bob Fierce, my wrestling coach at the University of Nebraska, and many, many other mentors, and some of you I see sitting out here, and that we've had some great relationships, and I've modeled a lot of behavior. I'm a quick study. I learn quickly, so. But anyway, but many, many others that I won't name today, but they're special to me in my life as well. One of the first things I did as president, though, was to reach out to numerous friends and family and business partners who I've known over the years. And I asked them to help me mark this great occasion by sponsoring today's event. We started with a goal of $10,000, and to date, we have exceeded $30,000 for the Jayhawk Hub to help our students out. And so that's, and that means more to me than anything is that part right there, helping students out, helping students succeed. The Jayhawk Hub is a place on campus where students can get help with transportation, technology, food, and other basic needs to help them stay in school. And I hope that you take a moment. There's tours after this, but I hope you take a moment and to visit that facility on your tour after the ceremony. I'm grateful to the many sponsors who've joined us to support our student success initiatives, including the Jayhawk Hub, through the foundation of Muskegon Community College. Please join me in thanking all the sponsors and especially longtime partners of our technology services, our presenting sponsor today, Ellucian. Leaders of the Ellucian leadership team, Glenn Tramble, Nancy Oliver, and Dr. Steve Wilson, will you stand? Our presenting sponsors, I saw them somewhere. Thank you. Thank you. We so appreciate your partnership and your sponsorship today. MCC is a vital asset to this community, though, by providing high quality, affordable, and accessible education and training that connects students to the workplace and economic opportunities and prepares students to transfer to four-year institutions without missing a beat. And what I mean by that is transferring with all the credits that they need and then being able to compete in the curriculum at the next level. That makes me, I'm so pleased with that because that's what we're doing. We prepare students for life and prepare students for next level type stuff. And we, I think, do that as well as any institution. Thousands of students have received degrees and earned certificates from our transfer, workforce, and continuing education programs. And MCC is open to all who aspire to earn a credential, and the work we do spans generations and enriches this community here. One study by the Economic Modeling Systems found MCC to have a $250 million impact here on the West Michigan economy. $250 million impact on the West Michigan economy. And that's huge. So here's some other things that we're most proud of here at MCC. We serve a diverse population, and everyone has an opportunity to succeed here. MCC has expert faculty. Nick, we have expert faculty and staff who deeply care about student success. Our LPN nursing program is currently ranked #1 in Michigan, and our RN program #2 in the state by nursingprocess.org. And our students, we just have some awesome pass rates. Our students are getting it done. Not only in the classroom, but they're getting it done in the workplace as well. MCC was selected as an Achieving the Dream Leader College, a part of a competitive multinational initiative to help increase student success. We were named a top 50 best value college, community college for 2016 by valuecolleges.com and the #1 college in Michigan, community college in Michigan by bestcolleges.com in 2017. We have a number of new and renovated learning spaces, including our state-of-the-art science center. I hope you get a chance to look at that. The STIRS Technology Center that houses applied technology and experiential learning in the heart of this historic downtown Muskegon. We have a health and wellness center across the campus, art and music building, and high-tech automotive building and equipment. We've invested over $55 million dollars. I was wrestling with that for a while. I say right dollars and I say bucks, but invested over $55 million in building projects in recent years. And we just want simply the best facilities for our faculty and our staff and our students. And MCC's added over 30 new academic programs and technical programs in recent years, including medical assisting, surgical tech, instrumental music, alternative and renewable energy, autism and social coaching, robotics, high-speed fabrication, undergraduate research, film production, and many, many others. It keeps us current and relevant in the workplace. Our college offers the most athletic programs in the state as it relates to community college, and we recently launched our new esports program, so we're really excited about that piece. We deliver professional training and apprenticeship programs to 150 West Michigan businesses. MCC cultivates strong partnerships with the local high schools for providing dual enrollment and early college opportunities, and we have exceptional promise programs and work with promise programs both in the Muskegon area and Newaygo County. MCC is just an awesome institution, and I'm humbled and grateful to be a part of its rich history. It's one of the primary reasons that I was attracted to the college. We have strong mission, vision, statements. Dr. Young, you said it was hard to find, but I find it pretty easy to find. We have strong vision, mission, and value statements which are in the program. Our mission statement, dedicated to equity and excellence, prepares students, builds communities, and improves lives, is just relevant and so powerful. At MCC, we care deeply about our students, and we know there's no higher calling than to provide a timely and affordable education that leads to a better quality of life. So let me talk a little bit about my vision as Muskegon Community College's president. My vision is about building a pathway to a better life. Pathway to a better life. I've dedicated my professional life to this cause of providing a pathway to a better life for our students, and I'm honored to be making this contribution by way of Muskegon College, Community College. I want students to get on this pathway to a better life and stay on that pathway to a better life. And if they get off of that path, we can get them back on that path some way and to make sure they're successful. I believe community colleges here are here for one important reason: to help students succeed. To help students succeed. And that means that we're constantly working hard to remove barriers and increasing services to students so that they're free to focus on learning. Many years ago, when I was in search of a new beginning and a better life, I attended a community college. My pathway became clear when I attended Grand Rapids Junior College, known as GRJC at that time, with my brother and a good friend. At GRJC, I learned how to become a better student and a better athlete, which helped prepare me for the next steps in my journey. And when I transferred to the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, I was so well prepared for the next level, and I was able to compete both academically and athletically at the next level. I have many family members, relatives, and friends who started out at community colleges, and they're doing quite well today. And I'm a proud product of the community college system and can certainly relate to the student experience. Now let me mention about some things about moving forward, because we certainly have more work to do on my watch. As MCC's president, I'm charged with the responsibility of continuously advancing the college, turning it into the most dynamic educational environment that our imaginations can conceive and our resources can provide. Our students, and more importantly, our community depends on us to provide the best opportunities possible. And even though we'll have to overcome some challenges along the way, I still see a bright future for this college. On my watch, MCC will continue to be a leader in advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion by building a community founded on a sense of belonging and have all the opportunity to prosper. And we're getting close to the end, so I thought I'd share that part. On my watch, we'll continue to develop more in-demand, relevant academic programs that meet the needs of an ever-changing population and workplace, so our graduates can be prepared for today as well as the future. On my watch, we'll continue to maintain our laser-like focus on helping students succeed, removing barriers, and increasing services to students, like I said earlier, so that they could be free to focus on learning. On my watch, we'll continue to focus on best practices, accelerate innovation at the college while maintaining the flexibility to address change and create relevant experiences for more students to advance and succeed. On my watch, technology will be harnessed not just for its value as a tool for student engagement, enhancing creativity and accessing a wealth of information, but to reduce significant barriers our students face in everyday lives, barriers such as lack of equipment and connectivity. And finally, on my watch, we'll continue to focus on fiscal stability and make sure that safety and security remain amongst our highest priorities. At the end of the day, for me, I just want to do everything that I can to make sure that students who attend Muskegon Community College succeed. Again, I want to thank you all for being here, for your support and confidence that you placed in me to lead Muskegon Community College. And so I thank you for being here today.
Thank you, President Selmon. Today is truly a great day for Muskegon Community College and for our greater West Michigan community. As we conclude this celebration, I would invite you to stand for MCC's alma mater, performed by our MCC String Quartet and led by MCC vocal music student Sequoia Davis. The words are printed in your program. If you would all please stand.
Join in our song of praise, stalwart ones and true. Praise to the blue and gold. Hail our alma mater, first college friendships. We will remember our MCC to the honor due.
Thank you for being part of this historical ceremony here at Muskegon Community College. Refreshments will be available just outside the theater in the lobby area. We also invite you to join us for a tour of our newly renovated Art and Music building. You may also want to visit the Gerber Lounge where refreshments will be available. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day here at Muskegon Community College. Thank you very much.
of the campus are starting next to the art gallery in the lobby. Tours of the campus are starting next to the art gallery in the lobby. You're welcome to join. Thank you.
Good to see you, Ed.